Hello everyone. There is no force equal to a woman determined to rise. Today I'll be talking on a topic which is very close to my heart. Financial empowerment for women. I've been working in this industry for the past 1 year now, and whenever I've approached a woman on the roles she plays in managing her finances, more often than not I get the response that my husband manages them for me. I am absolutely flabbergasted by this response that I receive from these women who are very successful in their careers, often ranging for more than a decade now. It is surprising to note that already in a country where only 25% of the female population is working, some of these women absolute stalwarts, industrialists, corporate leaders that the industry would have seen, only 25% of these women are making independent financial decisions. Which brings me to the crux of my vlog. What is financial empowerment? The definition of financial empowerment is very compelling. It is the process of becoming stronger and more confident about one's own financial decisions and claiming the right to do so. It means having the knowledge of one's earnings, savings, expenditures, and deciding what gets invested and where. I'm also going to take a moment to talk over here on the gender investment gap. The gender investment gap is the discrepancy between what an average woman earns on her investments during her lifetime and what the average man earns on his investments during his entire lifetime. Time for some astounding facts. Fact number 1. Did you know that as per the World Economic Forum 2018 report, out of 149 countries, India ranked 108th in the gender pay gap index? Fact number 2. An average woman earns 19% less than her male counterpart in her lifetime. Let's talk about why this gender investment gap exists in the first place. Let's figure out what contributes to this gender investment gap. Without a doubt, the biggest contributor to the gender investment gap is the gender pay gap. Think about the fact that an average woman earns only 80% of a male counterpart's paycheck. This means that she has to contribute a greater part of her paycheck towards her investments in order to get the same returns as her male counterpart. Second reason, couple this with the fact that an average woman has to take career breaks in order to bring up children as well as to care for her elderly family members. This divide becomes even greater. Third reason, did you know that 70% of women prefer to keep their assets in cash as compared to 60% of men? Now, this may be a great strategy for regular expenses like purchasing of grocery or for childbearing expenses. It is a pathetic strategy for long-term goals like retirement planning. So what happens when women do invest? The grand irony of it all is that when women do invest, they tend to outperform their male counterparts and are considered as smart investors by industry experts. This happens because women are more conservative with their money choices during their careers. This pragmatism tends to pay off during stock picking calls as well as playing it cool when the markets are volatile. Now, I'm an ardent fitness follower, and throughout my training, my strategy has been sweat more in training and bleed less in war. The same can be extrapolated towards financial empowerment. You need to empower yourself financially such that you don't have to worry in times of adversity. Ensure that you and your family are well protected during times of adversity. This brings me to my 5 financial empowerment strategies for women. Strategy number 1, create a plan. It's so obvious, isn't it? It's so obvious that it often gets forgotten. You need to have your short-term, mid-term as well as long-term goals laid out along with a framework on how to achieve these goals. That's the foundation of financial empowerment. Strategy number 2, save first and spend later. A financially empowered woman knows that it's important to set out finances for her future goals and then to spend later. This goes a long way in achieving full financial freedom. Own your finances. It's easy to delegate the financial responsibilities towards your partner and rationalize it by saying that finance is really not my thing or I don't have the time. Financial empowerment means you know that where the money is coming from, what gets invested and where. It's okay to share your financial responsibilities with your partner, but it's not okay to turn a complete blind eye to it. Have regular discussions with your partner as well as with your family about the status of your finances. Own your part. Make the financial market your friend. The best way that a woman can become financially empowered is by having a diversified portfolio across mutual funds, stocks, as well as fixed income options. The 5th and the final strategy is speak up. As a financially empowered woman, you'll talk about your money. You won't let the financial industry mansplain you into buying a product or a service that you do not fully understand. As a financially empowered woman, you'll ask questions and you'll expect your needs to be fully understood. Let's recap these strategies one by one, shall we? Number 1, have a plan ready. Number 2, speak up. Number 3, save first and spend later. Number 4, have a well-diversified financial portfolio. And number 5, own your part. To all the men over here, thanks for watching, and I request you to spread this message across to all of your mothers, daughters, sisters, friends, so that they can also become financially empowered. And to all the women watching this particular vlog, thanks for watching, and here's a grand salute to all the senioras. Thank you.